Om Tat Garneshaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Dantihi Prachodayati Om Tat Paramparyaya Vidmahe Jnanalingeshwaraya Dhimahi Tanno Guruhu Prachodayati Om Yoga Maharishi Dr. Swami Geetananda Giri Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Chavaidhyakena Yopakarotam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjaliranatosmi. Om Mata Sadhana Padaha Tasmin sati śvāsa-praśvāsyor-gati-vicchedaḥ prāṇāyāmaḥ. Going beyond the processes of inhalation and exhalation is pranayama. For Maharishi Patanjali, pranayama is not about how long you can breathe in and out, or what ratio you use to do so. Pranayama is not just about breathing deeply, but is rather a state where one transcends the breath itself. We become one with prana, the cosmic catalyst, the universal life force. Prana becomes a living reality. Every incarnation on earth begins with an in-breath and ends on an out-breath. The whole of a lifespan can be described as just the space between the first inhalation and the last expiration. Similarly, each and every respiratory cycle may also be described as a mini lifetime within a lifetime. Each inspiration is an invitation to the Divine Spirit to dwell within us. A sonorous sound of sa occurs naturally as the air comes down the respiratory passage. Each expiration is an opportunity to sacrifice the small self and its pettiness, our ego, to the vastness of the universal consciousness. As we breathe out, the air coming out of the respiratory passage makes the sound of hum. The combination of the two sounds, made by inhalation and exhalation, is the manifestation of the Hamsa Soham mantra, the Ajapa Japa, the Ajapa Gayatri. This is an unconscious repetition of the universal truth. I am the divine, and the divine is me. This Maha Vakyam, or great utterance, is taught by Guru to Chela as the mantric sound of Soham Hamsa. All living beings repeat this Soham Hamsa mantra unconsciously. Humans average around 21,600,000 breaths per day, 15 breaths per minute, per 60 minutes an hour, per 24 hours a day. This means as humans, we utter this mantra 21,600 times per day, a magnificent affirmation. Through the process of yoga, this esoteric, mystic mantra is chanted with consciousness. Gati in Indian music and dance refers to the rhythmic patterns that are used in various permutations and combinations, such as the Panchagati, the 5 major patterns. When we perform pranayama, we create similar patterns through the different counts, the time durations used, and the ratios. Once the previous steps have been accomplished, or at least are at a decent level of perfection, one can embark on the sadhana. There must be a break between inhalation and exhalation. One must even transcend the fierce compulsion to breathe, rising from the survival mechanism. In Hatha Yoga, this phenomenon of halting the breath is termed as kevala kumbhaka, the spontaneous cessation of respiration. All have special moments where something or someone takes our breath away. This is a natural response when spellbound by someone, something, or someplace. Imagine then the moment when one gets that blissful vision of the divine. Don't you think that we will be so spellbound we will not feel the need to breathe and to breathe ever again? That is Kevala Kumbhaka, cessation of respiration itself, as a result of the higher, inner, universal divine experiences. Most people are able to experience this state only at death. Death is the ultimate Kevala Kumbhaka. Yoga sadhana enables one to have these death experiences without having to die for them. In higher states of consciousness, the need to breathe is not felt. Yogi have been known to stay buried under the earth and submerged underwater for long periods of time. How is this possible? Animals hibernate and manage many months with very slow breathing during winter without problems. It is natural for them, and they do it many times in their lives. If they can do so, don't you think humans can too? How is this done? By slowing down the metabolic functions to such a low level that survival is possible with the least amount of prana. Hypoventilation, hypoactivity, and hypometabolism are the secret. If one is jumping up and down, going here and there, one will need much food as well as air to sustain the intense externalized activity of the high metabolic rate that it produces. When settled into a steady and comfortable position, asana, with slowed breath and controlled emotions and mind, one no longer needs much external stimulation or nourishment, whether of food, air, or water. These practices allow attainment of conscious control over unconscious autonomic regulatory mechanisms. The unconscious is pulled into the realm of consciousness, and willpower directs the events of one's life, rather than the haphazard matrix of stimulus response in the survival modes of animal existence. Om Loka Samasta Sukhinu Bhavantu Sarve Janaha Sukhinu Bhavantu Shanti 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 Om